Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. It is the holiday season. That means it's time to treat someone you love or yourself to a brand new boat for 2019. Madisonville Marine, you're not going to find anywhere that has a bigger selection of brands and models than these guys, and they've got the very best prices. And on top of all that, I've told you this for years, and it's why they're so successful halfway between Knoxville and Chattanooga. It's because their customer service. People keep coming back. You're going to love them. Madisonville Marine, folks. All right. We've talked improvement several times this year after the Missouri game. Several folks locally, even nationally, said that Jeremy Pruitt was deserving of Coach of the Year honors. There's a reason they give that out in Week 12 instead of Week 10. I didn't see the steady improvement. I kept hearing, there's been steady improvement. I didn't see steady improvement from a single position group. I didn't see steady improvement from from the team as a whole. So my question for you guys, well, let me show you some records here first. Let me show you the games. Let's recap the season quickly. We got the graphic. All right, here we go. They lost by 26 against West Virginia. And they finished 8-3. ETSU FCS team, but you beat them by 56. 1-11 UTEP. It was an ugly 24-0 win. Florida 9-3. Boy, Dan Mullen did a job down there. Beat you by 26. Georgia beat you by 26. Auburn, you won by 6. They wound up 7-5. Alabama beat you by 37. Carolina wound up 6-5. They beat you by 3. Charlotte, they're 4-7. You had an ugly win over them with 11. Best win of the year was over Kentucky, who finished 9-3, beat them 17. And then the Missouri and Vanderbilt losses by a combined 58 points. If the Week 12 Vols lined up and played the Week 1 Vols, which team wins? Or is it a tie?
I say Week 1.
You think Week 1 is better than Week 12?
I think Week 1 is better than Week 12, and that's because they had Kennedy starting center. They had a couple of other guys on the line that could have gotten better over the years. That's my opinion, and I believe with the play of Marquez Callaway, Ty Chandler, and also Jared Garantano, I think the Week 1 Vols beat them.
Well, that's Chandler wasn't in Week 1, though. That's right. They had Tim Jordan that game, so that's one to figure out. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just like the Texas A&M and LSU game. It goes to 7 overtimes, and it's whoever lasts the last one. I don't think they got better. I think it's about a push, an equal push there at the end. You had guys that had more experience. They knew the playbook better, and all that kind of stuff was great. But
it didn't show.
It didn't show. You weren't there. I mean, you didn't show significant improvement. That's why I said, going into this going into the offseason, what do you have to build on? I mean, there's not a lot there.
To me, it all goes back to the want to, and I think in Week 1 they wanted it more than they do in Week 12, and I think that's why they would win. But I think they're the guys that want to be there that are wanting to play. You've seen big-time improvements from, number 19, Kyle Phillips had a big year. Garantano got better during the year. So your guys that you're wanting to build your team around, I think, made significant improvements, but you're still cleansing out the locker room right now, which takes time.
Yeah, in terms of improvement, when you start the season losing to West Virginia by 26 and end losing by 25 to Vanderbilt, it's impossible to say we improved, but we definitely showed flashes. We showed we could play with the top-tier SEC teams in Auburn, and even though we had some help. But Week 1 to Week 12, there's no steady improvement, and it's impossible to say that Week 12 will beat Week 1 or Week 1 will beat Week 12.
Okay. All right, very good, guys. That was perfect. We're back on schedule, which means we get plenty of time for mean tweets, which I know these guys have always enjoyed it. Brian hasn't been through one of these before. It's the Vol fans let off steam on Twitter. We let off steam by repeating what they said on Twitter. Come on back on the Sports Source, and we'll tell you about mean tweets.